welcome to yet another RapidStream video. Today I want to give you a brief introduction on how ad tracking with RapidStream works. Well, basically there are three ways to track ads. The first one is the most common one, which is tracking via vast URLs. We also have a RapidStream tracking, and we will enable you to use your own custom tracking. Let's look into each of them. Let's start with the vast tracking. Tracking calls here are delivered by the ad server. And I have a little example for you. This is how these tracking events look in a vast document. As you can see here, we have some events. And as you can see here, there is a tracking URL. And in real life, this will be much longer with a lot of parameters and stuff like that. That's what we will get from the ad server. What we then will be doing is to aggregate all the vast wrappers into one flattened vast document, including all the events and all the tracking URLs. I won't get into details here, but as you can see here, we have all the events with tracking URLs and a lot of stuff around, which you may know if you are already using vast documents. These tracking events are important for your payment and are usually triggered by SSAI, the server-side ad inclusion. If you're already working with VAST and you have a system up and running and want to integrate RapidStream into your system, you may already have a system set up which adds those tracking events and URLs, so you don't have to care about that. Simply make the VAST available, we will grab it, we will flatten it into this vast document you see on the left, and then everything will work as usual. In addition to vast tracking, which is a standard probably everybody is using, we also have internal tracking. It's the RapidStream tracking. To know which ads are called, we add our own tracking calls into the vast. The data we get from that is shown on our analytics dashboard to allow you to improve your service. You don't have to do anything to get that up and running. As soon as you sign up for RapidStream, this is set up for you and you can simply log into our panel and see the data. But there's the third option, which is your custom tracking. So basically we enable you to add custom tracking. You can do that in the panel. Simply go to our panel view and add your individual tracking calls. In the panel, you can simply go to Settings and there you will find the tab for tracking. And as you can see, there are several input fields where you can put in your URLs. And I will come to that later on, no worries. Before we get into details, let me show you what type of calls there are. Basically, there are two types of calls. There's the ad break prepared, and then there are several calls all on quartile events. The ad break prepared event actually is a webhook which we send out once an ad break is prepared. On the left you can see the body we will send to you, which contains three important parts. First of all the input data we used for the ad break, so you know why you get a certain ad break. Then there is the list of ad breaks returned from the ad service. And as a reference, we also add the ad break ID, which then can be combined with the quartile events, which I show you now. This isn't a webhook. These are URLs we will call if you configure them in the panel as shown before. These are 6 events: start, first quartile, midpoint, third quartile, complete, and impression. And all of them have 4 mandatory parameters: the ad ID, the ad break ID, the ad server ID, and the ad server name. Here you can again see the ad break ID. You can now use the reference from the webhook and combine this with the ad break ID. And now you have a relation between both of them the webhook, and all those events. And then we have the ad ID, which is the reference for the single ad played out during the ad break. We have the ad server ID, which is the unique identifier of the ad server you configured. And we have the ad server name you configured in our customer panel, which is there for easier readability. So now you have 3 possibilities to track your ad breaks. The RapidStream tracking is always there. You don't have to do anything for that. It will work for you, and we plan to expand that in the future so that you will get more and more data in the future and can improve your ad breaks and your program and your ad server configuration. Then you can decide if you want to have custom tracking by using our webhook and the tracking event URLs. And of course, which is probably the default for ad break tracking, you can use tracking events in your VAST documents, which we will combine, flatten, and then send out. We will be working on even more detailed tracking in the future. So if you're interested, feel free to sign up for RapidStream. You can sign up for free and play around and see how things are working. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We are here to help. Hopefully I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.